This week, we're making peanut butter, chocolate chip, and mascarpone chaffles. And we'll get started right after this. What's up, everyone? Just Jason here. For this week's recipe, it's another chaffle, I suppose. We're going to start with 1 egg. We've got 1/3 cup of this mascarpone cheese. And then we've also got 1/3 cup of all natural smooth peanut butter here. So that's just peanuts and salt. We've got about a teaspoon of this Swerve brown sugar substitute, just to give the chaffles a bit of a sweetness, because the peanut butter has no sweetener in it. And then we're also going to add about a tablespoon of these Krisda sugar-free chocolate chips, just to add another layer of flavor. This is the brown sugar that we're using here. Like I say, it's a Swerve product. So that's all of the ingredients. We'll get set up here and we'll start mixing. Okay, so this week we're going to start off, we'll start with the mascarpone cheese. Put it in the bowl here. Again, that's 1/3 cup of this cheese. And then we're going to take our 1/3 cup of peanut butter and get it in there. Hopefully not make too much of a mess. Try and get it all off the measuring cup here. Set that aside. And then what we'll do is we'll add in the brown sugar sweetener as well. Now this mix is going to take a little bit of time to, stir together kind of thing. But keep working at it and it'll smooth out. I just want to sort of get the cheese and the peanut butter mixed together first. And then we'll add our egg once this is mixed together, because what you'll find is that this mix, starts out pretty thick. And then when we add the egg, it'll thin it out enough to cook it in the waffle iron. So that's about it, as much as we're going to be able to get it mixed together. So we'll take our egg, 1 egg here, and we'll add it to the mix, and we'll start mixing that in. Now again, it does take a little bit of time to get these ingredients to come together, but don't worry about it. They will eventually all mix together. Sometimes we need to sort of clean off our spatula here, and we'll give that a mix. You may find you need to switch to something like a fork or a spoon to get this mixed together. So I won't bore you with this. I'll get this mix all ready to go, and then we'll come back when it's ready. Okay, so just a couple minutes of stirring here with the fork. You can see I've moved to a fork instead of the spatula, and you can see the mix has come together. Again, it's going to be a very thick batter for your chaffles this week, not like your regular chaffle mix, but don't worry, they will turn out quite tasty. So what we'll do now is we'll add in our chocolate chips here. Again, these are just some Krisda sugar-free chocolate chips. You could use whatever brand that you have local to you. So we'll get those well mixed in here. That's about it, really. Our mix is ready to cook. This should get us 2 nice full-size chaffles this week. So let me get the dash minis all warmed up and we'll get cooking. Okay, so our dash minis are all nice and preheated here. We'll open up the waffle irons here, and we've got our mix. Now I found when I'm putting it in the waffle iron, it's easiest to do with the little rubber spatula. It doesn't seem to stick so bad. as it does to like a fork or a spoon or something. So we'll get some of this mix in here. Just fill up the center basically. And get it in the second waffle iron here. We may wind up getting sort of 2.5 chaffles out of this mix actually. I thought it would just be 2, but so we'll just spread that out a little bit and we'll close up the dash minis and we'll be back in 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 4 minutes. Let's open up these dash minis and take a look at our chocolate chip, peanut butter, and mascarpone cheese chaffles. Nice and golden brown. So you can see the chocolate chips in there. There's number 2. Again, nice and golden brown. We're just going to set those aside on a wire rack to cool a bit. You definitely want to let these cool down before you try them, especially the chocolate chips that are going to be like molten lava at this time. So we'll get this last bit of the mix into the waffle iron. Like I said, we're actually going to wind up with pretty much 3 chaffles out of this mix, which is a nice little bonus. I just thought it was going to be 2. Spread that out a little bit. And we'll close that up and we'll be back when this last one's done. Okay, so we got our 3rd chaffle here out of the dash mini and cooled down a little bit. Turned out just as nice as the other 2. So we got 3 full-size chaffles out of our mix this week. Again, this is peanut butter, chocolate chip, and mascarpone cheese. You can see the chocolate chips in there. So let's open this up. Now these are going to be very dense with the peanut butter, but it definitely smells good when it was cooking. So let's give this a try, see how they turned out. So yeah, lots of great flavor in there. They're not too dense. They've turned out quite well actually. And the sweetness from the brown sugar substitute that we put in certainly helps with the flavor of these. Nice and fluffy actually with the mascarpone cheese. So I definitely give these a thumbs up. Would definitely suggest you give it a try. Let me know what you think. Consider subscribing if you enjoy these kind of videos, and give it a thumbs up. And yeah, we'll see you next week for another recipe. Keep on thriving, my friends.